1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's actually a bit touch quiet on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2.
Sounds good.
Cool. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sorry guys, there's a speaker just at the back of the room here, so I'm just going to pop it by the speaker. Thank you. First question, please. Try to get to down the front here.
Laru, you must be pretty happy with the way things have gone for you in the tournament so far.
Yes, absolutely. I missed only one match against Afghanistan. Other than that, I scored runs. So very happy about my performance.
Lairu, batting with Sangakkara, I mean, what was the, I mean, what's the confidence that you got playing against with the play of that caliber?
Yeah, I think he played a tremendous knock today. That eases the pressure because at that time run rate was about 7.5. So when he came to bat, he just rotate the strike and hit boundaries. So it was easy for me in the other end because I just want to rotate the strike and let Kumar to bat through the innings.
At the halfway stage, did you feel that 310 was a below par score, that you felt you could really chase that down without too much trouble?
I think 310 is a very good score because in this wicket I think little bit slow because when spinners operating the both ends, it was a little difficult to rotate the strike, and but they only got, I think, one spinner, so we just rotate the strike and play to the merit.
Was it helpful for you as a team chasing to have four similar paced and similar style medium fast bowlers?
Yeah, because in this wicket it was really flat. I think nothing for the fast bowlers, just no seam, no swing, so it helped a lot.
Lahiru, over here. Where does this innings rank for you personally?
I think I rank this inning maybe second or third in my career because I played. I think the Asia Cup final 100 is, I think, better than this because early on I had a little bit luck, to be honest, but I capitalized it because when they batted, they also had some luck. So I just want to bat through the innings. That's the only idea I had.
Just in terms of Kumar, you're talking about where things rank. Where does he rank in terms of batsmen in the history of the game, and what sort of motivation is it with him bowing out for the team to go as far as you can in this tournament?
The current moment, I think he's number one. I mean, he's batting really well. He's on, not only he's rotating the strike, he's hitting the boundaries as well. So it is very helpful for the team because he got the 100 in 60 odd balls, I think, today. So when chasing a total, it is really good that Kumar is in the good form.
Lahiru, why were the two spin bowlers under bowled today?
I think when Rangana operating, I think Root and Morgan was there, so we just want to ball seam in this wicket. Early on, there was something in the wicket for the fast bowlers, but when overs like 30, 35, there was nothing. So I think we could have ball Rangana a little bit more in the 20 to 40 gap. So, but I think bowlers did their part, to be honest.
Lahiru, what's it like playing with obviously Dilshan Sangakkara and Joe Warner? They have more than 1,000 games experience in one day, and you're sort of the man in the middle of that top order. What's it like? There's a lot of pressure associated with having those guys around you.
I think it's fantastic because Dilshan, Mahela, Kumar, all top class players. So it is very helpful for the team because I think normally I batted number 5, 6 in the past. So when I opened the innings, I had the opportunity to bat with Dilshan and Kumar, so that was really fantastic for me because they teach how to rotate the strike and sometimes play to the situations and all. Fantastic.
You obviously had quite a tight game against Afghanistan. Which attack do you think is better, Afghanistan or England?
To be honest, that day Afghanistan bowlers did really well. But there was a little bit for the seamers that wicket, done it in wicket. So today it was easy for me, to be honest.
Sorry, down the back. Lahiri, when you scored your century, Kumar actually seemed a bit annoyed that you hadn't turned around and come back for a second. What did he actually say to you when you did manage to meet?
Just he didn't know that the fielder was near, but the fielder was really close at that time. But he told me just nothing to worry about it. That's it.
Your confidence for the team must be high now. What were your thoughts on that game last night with New Zealand now unbeaten at the top in Australia? You know, what are your overall thoughts of that?
I think anything can happen in this tournament. We were one down when things started, but we came back really hard. But that's not the end. We have to play against Australia in the next match. So we want to give our 100% and win that match also. So that's it.
Lahiru, I think there's maybe a growing sentiment that while Sri Lanka are a very strong batting side, perhaps in terms of winning the World Cup, not so much bowling and fielding, more the batting is the strength of your side. Do you feel that's a fair assessment of the team?
Yeah, I think our fielding wasn't good because we had some issues in the past too. But we have to come back really strong because in this tournament you can't do only batting and survive. You have to field, you have to bowl really well. So we have to improve on that side. Thank you.
300 is the total that you've been sort of saying you wanted. You got it quite comfortably. Didn't defend it. That must have been terribly disappointing. Do you think you were below par in the end?
No, absolutely not. Going in at the halfway, I think, what do we get, 310, probably 25 above par. And again, stats back that up. Par here is about 275, 280. Again, if you can build pressure at any stage, it can be perceived as more pressure because the outfield is how slow it is. And yeah, we were happy going into the halfway stage. Absolutely, yeah. Rudy put in a great performance, showed us class again, which is great. But when we bowl one bad ball every couple of overs or every over, you're going to be punished. And we were.
It was the bowling performance that was not quite up to speed today.
Yeah, I mean, we created a couple of chances, which went down, which is always disappointing, because it hasn't been happening in training. So yeah, that was disappointing.
With the bowling going, is it a question just of the guys making mistakes? Or is it that the attack that you bring to this game is just a bit too predictable? I mean, Tiramani's coming here. Clearly, he's a young man, very full of himself. But you know, his inference to us that the bowling was actually made it quite easy for him because he could predict what was going to happen because it was so.
We bowled a lot of bad balls. It'll be. I mean, over the next couple of days, we'll get the Hawkeye stuff back, and the proof will be in that. But my feel is we bowled a lot of bad balls. About being too predictable. You look at the best sides or the best bowlers. They're predictably good, and when we're firing, we are predictably good. We've got two tall guys who are very effective, get bounced, have pace, two guys who swing the ball, and we've Moen does his job. So that's the balance of our attack. Ruti gets a bit of a bowl here and there, but when we bowl well, we put sides under pressure and create opportunities. Today we didn't.
Tended to bowl short, if anything, on the short side. Is that a plan or just the way it came out? Or
Tiramani in particular didn't look too comfortable, particularly early on. Again, we dropped him at slip, but again, chances like that go down all the time. And that was probably because he was hanging back. It was the balls that were bowled previously. It wasn't to do with any massive sideways movement. So again, that worked to start with. And again, bowling shorter as the pace comes off, like as the wicket gets slower, it becomes a wicket-taking ball as well.
I mean, by your own admission, you said you bowled poorly, too many bad balls. Do you have a theory why that is? Why you bowled so poorly today?
No, I don't have a theory yet. No.
On 3 teams that you've played who are ranked higher than you, you've lost 2 fairly far. I'm guessing that's a bit of a concern moving forward.
Losing any game is always a concern. Over the next few days we'll have them off and then we'll reconvene and me and Morsey will have a sit down along with the backroom staff and debrief the game and see where we've gone wrong and how we can get better.
If you get to the quarterfinals, going into that, you want to sort of have beaten those sorts of sides, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, again today you can talk about the chances that we put down. Tiramani was one of them. It would have brought Sangakkara to the wicket earlier, more chance of him getting out. But yeah, he played well. He came in an ideal situation.
Is that a gap you think you can bridge before any quarter-final?
Taking a chances, absolutely, yeah.
Owen, you're now, one loss away from nearly being dumped out of the World Cup. How scary a thought is that with 2 games still to go in the pool play?
That's not even a thought at the moment. 2 games to win to get us into a quarter-final.
The way that you played against Australia and New Zealand, we spoke to you afterwards and you said, well, we hadn't really competed, we can't really say whether what we're capable of because of the nature of those defeats. When you kind of land a punch like you do today and still get beaten pretty comfortably in the end, is that harder to take? Yeah,
it definitely is harder to take. When you don't turn up for a race, like those first 2 games, again, it's scratched. But today, when we turn up and we're beaten in the fashion that we were, is harder to take, yeah.
In the long term, Owen, hi. In the long term, what does English cricket need to do to compete in ODIs around the world over the next 5 years?
I think like any side, they need to adapt well and consistently reproduce what works in the conditions that they're playing in.
On a broader scale, how do they do that? Or what should they be doing? What should English cricket be doing? You know, we know there's a review going on. You're the England captain. What do you think? What would you like to see happen?
Those exact same things that I've just said. If we can reproduce like today, for instance, we got a really good score. It probably wasn't a match-winning score to bat the side out of the game, but if we're to improve going forward, again, we would have taken wickets early, taken our chances, but very simple things. I mean, it's not out of our reach or a million miles away. It's just continuing to reproduce the simple things consistently.
Owen, is your gut feeling right now that you think you're going to have to make changes for that next game against Bangladesh?
At the moment, I haven't really thought about it. We'll have a couple of days in Adelaide where we'll do nothing and then wait until the dust settles a bit, review the game with the backroom staff and see how we go forward from here.
I'm asking this obviously as a local. What are your thoughts on that performance last night, or both sides actually?
Sorry. It was a really good game to watch. Knowing Brendan McCullum quite well, he'd probably be disappointed in the fashion that they won. But again, you two front runners or two pace setters in a World Cup. It's great to come out of a game like that with a win. I'm sure they'll be really happy.
I mean, just with that in mind, that it's harder to take. How will you lift the players to obviously win what now are absolute must-win games?
Again, it's simple things moving forward. I keep banging on about them because we haven't done them so far this World Cup stint. And the simpler we keep it moving forward, the more obvious what we do or have to do over the next 10 days. So that'll be the message from me to the players. It's not a big deal getting the eyes up. It's a World Cup. Everybody's like a kid at Christmas, wants to play, wants to win. So that part of it's easy. Thanks, guys.